Hey everyone, welcome. This is Baron, and once again, my co-pilot back here is Taco Cat. This is just going to be a fairly quick video talking about my upcoming channel plans now that we are in the home stretch before Path of Exile 1 patch 3.26, Secrets of the Atlas, comes out on Friday, June 13th. So for the past couple months, starting with the lead up to the Dawn of the Hunt content expansion, all of the videos I've released have been POE2 focused, ranging from a League starter roundup to a feature wish list, a Path of Building tutorial, and a couple build guides for a Siege Cascade Tactician and a Bleed Block Warbringer. But for the foreseeable future, starting now, I will be transitioning to focus on POE1 content, and to whatever extent we can make our crazy schedules align, my Chaos and Coffee podcast with Jorgen. I'll link the most recent episode of that in the description of this video. In the meantime, between now and League launch, which is 2 weeks from the recording of this video, you can expect a couple things on this channel. First, likely at least one reaction or summary video of the League mechanic and or patch changes that are going to be announced between now and League start. If there's a lot to talk about, this may be 2 or even more videos, but at least one. We'll just have to see. I always tell myself that I'm going to experiment with short format videos, and then I always seem to accidentally default to long form content instead. But we'll see if the multiple brief video format works best for League news. After that, we enter the final days before League start, and I'll likely do a League starter build roundup at that point, with an eye towards players who might be migrating from Path of Exile 2 for the first time to check out what all the hype is about. I also like the idea in that time frame of keeping my ear to the ground and just seeing what kinds of questions and topics are coming up in the community, particularly among newer players, who I usually try to skew my channel towards those newer players. If there are any noticeable themes, or if inspiration strikes about something I could do a kind of beginner-friendly overview of, that might happen in this time frame as well. At League start on that Friday, I will transition into a sort of build diary format for my League starter build, the Arc Ignite Elementalist. It is my estimation, and it is just a guess, but it's, in my estimation, pretty unlikely that this build will take any substantive nerfs, since it's fairly off-meta at the moment, and it doesn't use any broken items or interactions. It's a fair build, so I can say with at least a fair degree of confidence that that is what I will be League starting. See, during Settlers League, the most recent full Path of Exile 1 League, I released an extremely in-depth multi-video build guide for the Arc Elementalist, and one of the most common requests that I got was a sort of step-by-step build diary where you can see my decision-making process in real time for things like making upgrades and transitioning to different versions of the build. Unfortunately, and I had no way of knowing this, I had put the guide out during what turned out to be the longest drought of new content in over a decade for Path of Exile 1. And then the build couldn't be run in the Frisia event, since there were all new ascendancies in that event replacing the normal ones, and this build really relies on the Elementalist ascendancy, so I haven't had a good opportunity to show it in a true League start environment until now. I haven't decided exactly what the frequency of build update videos is going to be, and it'll probably depend a little bit just on how things are going, but at the very beginning I would like to do a brief update roughly every day or two for a little bit. Just quick little blurbs showing off my gear, saying a few words about how my progress is going, what decisions I've been making, talk about any lucky drops I've had, mention if I've traded for any gear recently, and if so, approximately how much I paid for it, that kind of thing. I won't be able to fully no-life the game that opening weekend due to just family responsibilities, stuff going on, so I may not be showing off any mapping content until at least the Monday after League start. We'll just have to see how it goes. But somewhere around the 1 to 2 week mark after the League has started, once the build diary updates are coming less frequently at that point, I'll probably release a currency farming strategy guide of some kind based on whatever I've had success with up to that point. And then hopefully no later than week 2 to 3, I'll have a sort of the Arc build is in a stable spot conclusion video, for the build diary. Probably won't have a mage blood at that point, although anything's possible, who knows, but I should otherwise be fully up and running with melding of the flesh, chaos inoculation, nebulous, triple conversion shenanigans, all that good endgame stuff. If you're interested in more details about what's going on with that, you can check the build guide videos. I'll link those in the description as well. And then that's usually around the time in a league where I start getting the itch to plan my next build. So I'll start playing it more by ear at that point on, a plan for videos. I'll figure out if I'm going to be building anything for that next build that is worthy of a new video, or if I would rather spend that video time doing more currency farming stuff or beginner guides, something else. So yeah, that's it. That is my plan for videos over the next month or two. Patch summary, a league starter build roundup, an arc build diary, a currency farming strategy, and then kind of play it by ear from there. Let me know in the comments if there's anything in particular that would interest you, but in the meantime, thank you so much for tuning in, and take it easy.